I really related to how your character started in this. Starting off as David at points, I felt very relatable coming from Ireland. Like, whereas, you know, when he went straight to the bar, straight to the point, it was like, yes, I can totally appreciate that. Shooting in London, were you asked much about like where to go as a like for the cast and crew? Would they like, Jason, tell us where we must go while we're here?
You know, we're shooting in London, so it's an important part to try and establish some of the greater landmarks.
Yeah.
And to make it feel that we were here, you know. But more often than not, you can end up on studio stages. You can be in a great city and just go, well, what was that? You know.
Yeah.
So we did embrace the city and the cityscape, yeah, I think it was important to do that.
When you get the script and you see the scene, like say one of the big scenes in this is you, Idris, and Dwayne on the back of a truck, punching lumps out of each other, and there's an explosion, like nuclear reactor falling down around you. Like, do you look at that and go, yes, I can't wait for that? Or are you like, oh, right, I'm gonna have to prepare myself in a different way for this week of shooting?
You know what? Those type of big special effects elements are more often than not quite boring because, you know, no one's throwing, you know, incredible chimney stacks down on us.
Sure.
If they do, it's like, you know, pieces of polystyrene covered in, you know, brown paint that's made to look like a brick.
Yeah.
So it's quite uneventful. So you really have to try and sort of dig deep in your pretending bag and make that seem a little more scary than it actually is. But you know, we're kind of dab hands at that now. We know what it's gonna be, so we try and have a good imagination and try and figure out, you know, a facial expression that will go with, you know, getting buried under, you know, 20 tons of rubble.
Well, I have to say, one of my like constantly favourite parts of the film is yourself and Dwayne making fun of each other.
Yeah.
I was almost like taking mental note. Was like, who's winning in the slagging rounds? When it came to that, were you able to kind of go off script a bit and be a bit kind of cheeky about it, or was like, no, just say what's on there?
Yeah. We, you know, I think we're quite good at that sort of pulling pieces out of each other. I guess the balance of how that ends up, who wins and who doesn't, is all done in the edit suite. And,
yeah.
You know, we can give Dave a kick up the arse and say, why didn't you leave that joke in, or why didn't you leave this joke in? And some of them, I find, you know, the ones that meet the sort of cutting room floor are my favourites, almost sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a certain X-rated nature to the ones that I like that,
Sure.
that don't really meet, you know, what do they call it? The censorship standards.
That's the Blu-ray kind of extended edition version of it.
Maybe not. I mean, kids have to go see this movie.
And one final question. Like, the film is, it's about brothership, but it's also about rivalry. And I think maybe the most difficult question you'll ever be faced to ask is, out of these four, who do you think, if you put them all in a room, would win in a fight? So you've got Deckard, you've got Chev Chelios,
all right,
Frank Martin, and Rick Ford from Spy.
That's quite a good bunch there. Oh God, I don't really know. I think they're all pretty efficient to their own standards. It's any betting man's choice, really, on those four.
Sure, I guess it's just whatever Chev is taking that day.
Like,
Yeah, Jason, thanks so much.
Nice talking to you. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
All the best.
Our target's name is Brixton. He's a ghost. We're gonna need the best trackers in the business. Luke Hobbs.
I'm what you call an ice-cold can of whoop-ass.
Career lawman. Always gets his guy. We're gonna need to operate outside the system. Deckard Shaw.
I'm what you might call a champagne problem.
Rogue former MI6 agent. Doesn't play well with others. If we stand a chance against Brixton, you guys have to work together.
No way.
This guy's a